Speaking of business news, many Air Canada customers are still waiting for rescheduled flights amid widespread cancellations due to the brief flight attendants strike. Stories of individual hardship continue to emerge as the airline ramps up operations, saying it expects to provide close to its full network schedule by tomorrow. Union members will begin voting on the tentative labor deal with the airline next Wednesday, and if the deal goes through, junior flight attendants can expect a 12% raise this year, and more senior members will get an 8% pay bump. The deal also establishes a pay structure for time worked when aircraft are on the ground. All right, for more on this, I'm joined live tonight by Robert Kokonis. He's an aviation industry expert and the founder of consulting firm AirTrav. Robert, the strike may be over, but what are the short-term and more long-term financial implications for Air Canada?
I'll quickly add, Steve Ruddock with his blue vest needs to add my blue jacket, so let them know about that. I mean, certainly Air Canada has lost some money during this event. I've calculated my own number. I've seen some financial analysts at brokerage firms anywhere between, let's say, $80 and $400 million have hit to the third quarter, ending September the 30th. I don't think it'll hit 400, but it's going to hit some number, probably $100 million and up. The Canadian economy also took a hit. In terms of economic impacts, we calculated full-blown impacts at about $90 million per day. And a lot of people do ask, reputational harm, will people forgo booking Air Canada in the future? I mean, I don't think so. They're still the largest carrier in the land. They have the most entrenched loyalty program. I think the other carriers, Flair and Porter and Transat, WestJet stand to pick up some traffic, but I think Air Canada is fine as far as recalling back some of the folks that got inconvenienced, and some of them, as you mentioned, in a big way.
This new pay arrangement with flight attendants, if it is accepted, is the airline going to be able to afford this, or are there concerns about its long-term viability?
So there's two sides of the ground pay and the baseline pay. The flight pay is up by 12% for new hires up to 3 years of service, 8% for all the others in the first year of the deal, and then 3, 2.5, and 2.75% in each of the next 3 years. I think it's a fair deal. The ground pay, I think, is putting Air Canada into an industry-leading position, paying an hour for narrow-body aircraft, 70 minutes for wide-body aircraft at 50% in year one. And by the way, any other North American carrier, including all the U.S. carriers and Porter here at home, they pay 50% of time. But by year 4 of this agreement, that pay will rise to 70% for the ground time. So I think that's very good. Will Air Canada be able to afford this? They've been in a fairly strong financial position. They've been paying down a lot of debt since the end of the pandemic. And as a going concern, I mean, they're a massive company. This is not going to make them not a going concern. I'd have a bit more concern, perhaps south of the border, the likes of Spirit Airlines, a ultra low-cost carrier that itself issued guidance last week. It's got concerns as a going concern company. But Air Canada is a very large company. But I think the bigger concern in the industry is, will this present labor cost headwinds for the airline when you couple this with the pilot contract that was settled last year in an environment where we have international trade wars, tariff wars that have been denting some of the traveling public's appetite for travel.
That's airline industry expert Robert Kokonis. Robert, thanks for taking the time for us tonight.
You're welcome, Matt.